You've been quoting Psalm 23 verse 1 like a beggar's prayer, and Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 like a blind man's walking stick. What if I told you one is a weapon that deletes poverty from your quantum field, while the other is a navigation system that rewrites your financial destiny in real time? Most believers mush these verses together into one bland, trust God soup, never realizing they're holding two completely different quantum technologies that work on opposite principles. One destroys lack at the root. The other builds wealth through surrender. And if you don't know which is which, you're leaving 90% of your financial breakthrough on the table. Psalm 23 verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You've whispered this during hard times like a comfort blanket. But the Hebrew doesn't say, I shall not want. It says, I will not lack. Period. Not, I hope I won't lack. Not, eventually I won't lack. It's a declarative statement of present tense reality. This is the quantum anti-lack code, and it operates like a deletion algorithm in your financial operating system. When you truly activate this verse, poverty isn't managed, it's erased. The quantum field where all possibilities exist literally loses the lack option for you. Think of it like this. Your life is a computer program running on quantum hardware. Most people have a lack.exe file constantly running in the background, draining resources, popping up error messages like, not enough money, not enough opportunities, not enough time. Psalm 23 verse 1, when spoken as authority rather than wishful thinking, is the command that uninstalls that program permanently. It doesn't patch it. It doesn't reduce its frequency. It deletes the source code. I know a woman named Rachel in Texas who was $87,000 in debt, working 2 jobs, and still couldn't cover her mortgage. She'd been reciting Psalm 23 every night before bed like a lullaby. Nothing changed. Then she heard this revelation and stopped praying it. She started commanding it. Every morning at 6 a.m., she'd stand in front of her bathroom mirror and declare, "The Lord is my shepherd. I do not lack. Debt is not lack. Debt is a lie. I do not lack resources. I do not lack opportunities. I do not lack wealth." She didn't ask God to fix her debt. She used the verse to delete the lack consciousness that created the debt. Within 40 days, she received an unexpected inheritance of $125,000 from a relative she barely knew. Within 6 months, she launched a consulting business that cleared her debt and now generates $20,000 monthly. The money didn't come because she begged. It came because she stopped lacking at a quantum level. This is the first technology, anti-lack deletion. It works by collapsing the quantum field into a state where not enough ceases to exist as a possibility for you. But here's where most people mess up. They try to use Psalm 23 verse 1 while still operating in Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 mode. And that brings us to the second, completely different quantum technology. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. This isn't about deleting lack. This is about surrendering your financial GPS so completely that the quantum field rewrites your trajectory in real time. While Psalm 23 verse 1 is a deletion code, Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 is a navigation hack. And they operate on opposite principles. Psalm 23 verse 1 works by declaration. You speak. Reality bends. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 works by surrender. You let go. Reality reorganizes. Most believers try to declare and control simultaneously, which cancels both processes. They'll shout, "I shall not want," while frantically checking their bank account every hour, leaning on their own understanding of how money works. That's like trying to steer a car while simultaneously demanding it drive itself. You have to pick your technology for the situation. Mark, a software developer in Silicon Valley, was trying to use Psalm 23 verse 1 to delete his lack while white-knuckling his financial plan. He declared, "I do not lack," then immediately check his stock portfolio, calculate his burn rate, and stress about his next funding round. Nothing changed. When he switched to Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 mode, when he literally surrendered his understanding of how wealth should come, everything shifted. He stopped networking strategically and started following divine nudges that made no logical sense. One nudge led him to coffee with a stranger who turned out to be a venture capitalist's brother. That random coffee led to a $2 million seed round for a project he'd abandoned as not viable. The path wasn't straight by human understanding. It was quantum-level redirected because he surrendered the GPS. This is the crucial difference. Psalm 23 verse 1 is your weapon against the consciousness of lack. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 is your permission slip to let go of control so the quantum field can route opportunities you could never plan for. One deletes the problem at the root. The other installs a divine navigation system that bypasses your limited mental maps. The Hebrew word for trust in Proverbs 3 verse 5 isn't passive hope. It's Batach, meaning to throw yourself face down on something so completely that if it fails, you die. That's not casual faith. That's quantum surrender. When you throw your financial understanding face down on the quantum field, you stop trying to calculate every move. You stop leaning on your education, your experience, your 5-year plan. And in that vacuum of control, the field rushes in with pathways that defy logic. Here's where it gets dangerous for religious people. Both verses require you to stop being religious. Psalm 23 verse 1 demands you stop identifying as poor but blessed, and start identifying as someone who literally cannot lack. That's identity heresy in most churches. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 demands you stop praying for God to bless your plan and start surrendering the plan entirely. That's control heresy for type A personalities. But the quantum field doesn't respond to religious performance. It responds to frequency match. When you declare, "I shall not want," from a state of already not lacking, you match the frequency of abundance and the field must conform. When you surrender your understanding completely, you stop emitting the frequency of fear and control, which allows the field to route wealth through channels your anxious mind would have blocked. Let me give you the practical activation for both, because using them wrong cancels their power. Psalm 23 verse 1 Anti-Lack Protocol. Every morning, stand in front of a mirror. Look yourself in the eyes. Don't recite. Command. The Lord is my shepherd. I do not lack. I do not lack money. I do not lack opportunities. I do not lack wisdom. I do not lack resources. Lack is a lie. Lack is not my reality. Say it until you feel the shift from hoping to knowing. This isn't affirmation, it's quantum field deletion. You're uninstalling the lack program. Do this for 21 days without checking for results. On day 22, you'll notice your language has changed. You no longer say, "I can't afford it." You say, "I'm not directed to that right now." The external reality follows the internal declaration. Always. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 surrender navigation. This is harder. Pick one financial decision you've been obsessing over. A job offer. An investment. A business idea. Now, literally speak this. I surrender my understanding of how this should work. I throw my plan face down on the quantum field. I will not lean on my logic. I will follow the nudge. Then, for 48 hours, do nothing logical about it. Don't research. Don't calculate. Don't strategize. Instead, pay attention to random thoughts, chance encounters, unusual opportunities. When something appears that makes no sense but feels like a nudge, act on it immediately. That's the straight path being revealed through surrender, not strategy. The mistake is trying to use both simultaneously on the same problem. You can't delete lack while obsessing over your understanding of how to fix it. You can't surrender navigation while declaring control. Use Psalm 23 verse 1 when you feel the weight of not enough. Use Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 when you're stuck on how. Here's what this looks like in practice. David, a real estate investor, was facing a $500,000 shortfall on a development project. He started with Psalm 23 verse 1, deleting the lack consciousness that had him paralyzed. Once he genuinely knew he didn't lack resources, he switched to Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. He surrendered his plan to raise capital through traditional banks. Within days, he felt a nudge to call an old college friend he hadn't spoken to in years. That friend had just inherited money and was looking for exactly David's type of project. The path wasn't straight by banking standards. It was quantum-level redirected. I want to offer you a tool that encodes both technologies into your daily rhythm. The Quantum Wealth Scripture Journal has 30 days of activation. Each day gives you specific declarations, reflection prompts, and practical money moves that train you to use the right verse at the right time. It's in the description and first comment. This isn't required, but if you're serious about mastering both quantum technologies, it's the accelerator I wish I had. Now, let me speak to something sacred. If this is resonating with your spirit, if you're feeling that confirmation that this is truth, there's a way to partner with this work. YouTube membership is available for those who feel called to support the channel. It's a quiet offering, a way to ensure these quantum gospel truths keep reaching people trapped in religious poverty. Members also get early access to videos, but really, it's about sustaining this revelation for those ready to receive it. The world is about to experience economic shifts that will make traditional financial advice obsolete. The old system is dying. But you have two quantum technologies that operate outside that system. Psalm 23 verse 1 deletes lack from your field entirely. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 installs divine GPS that routes wealth through impossible channels. Most believers will keep quoting both verses like poetry while their bank accounts bleed. You'll do something different. You'll weaponize Psalm 23 verse 1. You'll surrender with Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. You'll stop being religious and start being quantum. Your homework, for the next week, use Psalm 23 verse 1 every morning to delete lack. Then pick one financial area to surrender completely to Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. Don't tell anyone what you're doing. Don't look for evidence. Just maintain the frequency. On day 8, check your language. Check your thoughts. Check your random opportunities. The shift will be undeniable. If this is hitting you, if something inside is screaming, "This is what I've been missing," that's not coincidence. That's your spirit recognizing truth. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who's drowning in financial anxiety. You might be the messenger that delivers their quantum key. The field is waiting. The verses are loaded. The wealth is already there. Which technology will you activate first? The deletion code or the navigation system? The choice is yours. The power is here. The breakthrough is waiting. What are you going to do about it?